Hey guys, it's Sunday, fun day, maybe a run day. I don't know, I have a broken foot, so that's not for me. But it is time to explain this week's challenge, how we will grow and become better persons this week. And it's all about crushing our limiting beliefs. The lies we tell ourselves daily. I can't dance, I can't do math. Socializing with more than 5 people, you know what? I'm just not born for that. It's not me. I'm saying that's not true. I'm saying we are telling ourselves lies every day that just hinder us in so many ways. And I think it's time to resolve those issues of ours. So, the idea for this week is for the first 2 days, we will observe what kind of thoughts we're having. What are we telling ourselves? And then, from Wednesday on, we will actually try to resolve these issues, change that mindset. So if you're into some change this week, stay tuned and I will tell you how we will go about doing this. Limiting beliefs is nothing new. It's been around for ages. A famous example of this is the 1 minute mile. No, the 1 mile minute. 4 minute mile as an example. It was said for years and years that no one could run a mile under 4 minutes until Roger Bannister one day in 1954 managed to do that in just 3:59 something.
Of peace after the struggle. I leapt at the cape like a man taking his last spring to save himself from the chasm that threatens to engulf him.
And the world was amazed, truly amazed, because in hundreds of years no one had done it. It was impossible until one day he did it. And all of a sudden it was possible. And within a year the next man had done it. And then it just kept rolling. Today it's a lot of people that have done it. What I'm saying is that we have to be the person that believe, that have faith that the impossible is possible. It's not until that happened, that first mental step, that it actually can happen. So I'm currently reading a book by Kelly McGonigal, The Upside of Stress, and that's not the topic of this week, but she starts this book off with talking about placebo and the mindsets and how that really can change our behaviors, the snowball effect a mindset change has. She references to a couple of studies on elderly people, old people that has the belief that it's good for them to grow old. They become happier, wiser, and just happier people. The persons that has this belief in the studies, they turn out to live much longer. One study showed like 8 years difference. Another study showed that they recuperated from injury and health issues so much easier than the folks that had negative associations to getting old. The only variation was the mindset. Or actually, when you go down to detail, the actions they took were happening because of their changing mindset, because they had a belief of something else. It made them take different actions throughout life. When you believe you will have a better future when you grow old, you take care of yourself better. You change those small choices in life that makes a difference in the long run. That is what the mindset effects do to you. When you change a core belief about something, it will guide you through life. When you take away the mindset that you can't dance, it will open up for the opportunity to go dance. It will make you practice. It will make you do things that will advance in that way. When you have a growth mindset, when you are facing a problem and you know that, I can't do it yet, but I can soon enough if I practice, if I do this continuously, if I find my way through this maze. That's what this is about. To have the ability to think wider than just the fence that is in front of your nose. To see long term, but to believe, to have faith that you can change. You're not fixed. You're not You don't have your feet down in a bucket of concrete. You can move around, you're flexible, you can adapt, you can learn, you can grow. That is what this is about, to throw away those limiting beliefs and realize that we can change. But try telling that to my sister who just can't believe that she's ever gonna change, that she's super bad at math, that she can't do that, she can't do that. She has a fixed mindset. But she needs to change that if change is gonna be possible. But to some people, it's just an identity. It's just who they are. And to some extent, that is true for me as well. I keep telling myself I can't control myself when I'm eating.
I can't take one piece. I have to eat it all. That's just who I am.
And that is something I tell other people as well. When they ask me why I don't eat candy, why I don't eat that, I proudly say,
well, I'm just that kind of person. I can't be in between. I'm either all in or I'm all out.
Of course, I'm gonna live up to that. If I keep telling people that's the kind of person I am, that's my identity. If I tell people that, well, heck, I would be lying if I didn't live up to it. I think we have a natural urge to not be liars, to be truthful people. It's certainty to have that identity. It's who I am. But if we do that, if we keep telling ourselves another, it will limit our lives in so many ways. And I don't know about you, but I want to have all the possibilities. I don't want to be limited in any way. I want to be limitless. I want to live my life to full extent, to grasp all possibilities, to do everything I know I can do and want to. But it requires a mindset change. It requires throwing all those limiting beliefs out the window. Just go for it. Have faith and live by that every day. And that is what this week's challenge is about. To do that, to have that mindset change. But you have to have motivation to change. You have to first realize what it is that needs to change. Because we go through life and we just take things for granted after a while. We stop taking notice of what we're telling ourselves. So that's why this challenge is divided into
2 parts.
First 2 days is about having a switch turned on, the radar that pick up on the thoughts we're having. What are we telling ourselves? What kind of limiting beliefs are we putting out there? Observing, taking notice. The first 2 days are to realize how much this is affecting us. And then we can have that deeply rooted motivation for changing those things. And then from Wednesday and on, we are focusing in on find one thing that we want to change, something that we tell ourselves that we shouldn't tell ourselves anymore. And I'm gonna present a video on Wednesday for how we're gonna go about changing that belief. But just in brief, how we're gonna change that mindset. First off, it is about being aware, picking up on the things we're telling ourselves, but then saying, hey, Alex, you shouldn't be thinking those ways. It's not true, you know it. That's the first step, to actively hinder yourself from following that thought through. But then the second step is to also educate yourself for why it isn't true, proving to yourself that you can do stuff. But it requires that you take some effort into actively working on these skills, that you read up on how do you change within this area. How do I learn to dance? How do I learn to control my eating behavior? I mean, there are so many ways to help ourselves in all kinds of areas. There is always experts that share their view on approaching a problem that you are having, because I'm telling you, you are not alone with your stuff. Other people are dealing with the same kind of things. And in the world we are living in today, there is guaranteed one person sharing how to resolve that issue. The resolution is out there. It's just a matter of finding it. So, the objectives for this week's challenge is number 1, Monday, Tuesday, be observant, take notice of the thoughts you're having. What are you telling yourself? How are you limiting yourself in your everyday life? Preferably, you take some notes, do some journaling. What are you telling yourself? What are you telling other people about yourself? It makes it clearer, it makes you take it in on a deeper level. The second part, I will release a new video about on Wednesday. But basically, it's about starting to resolve these issues. Breaking the loop of telling ourselves something that isn't true. That is this week's challenge. Hope you are excited about it. As always, I'm super excited. Growth, becoming a better person. It's just so fun. It's fun. It's freaking fun. And that is what we do here at this channel. Growth every day, every week. So if you're into that, and if you haven't subscribed already, do that so we can make this a journey together. And that is it for today. Hopefully I will see you throughout the week in the vlog, at least on Wednesday's video. So with those words, this is Alexander, signing out.